Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Sauce. I'm getting absolutely crushed in college football today. Just to give you an idea of how my day's going, you know, the Ohio State and West Virginia games ended, 2 bad beats. Even if I won those, I would still be down. I think we're like 3-12 on the day. Whatever, put it in the past. Let's talk about an NFL game here. So we got a London game here, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time start. Broncos versus Jags. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
All right, technically this is a home game for the Jags, but like I said, it's in London. Line is Jacksonville -2.5. Early public is even, but look at the sharp money on Denver. 73% of the money on the Broncos as of Tuesday morning. Money does not stay on Denver, though. If you take a look here, the books have been taking Jacksonville money all week. Money's pretty even now, and if you look at the action, public's actually slightly leaning towards the Jags now. 60% of the tickets on the Jaguars. This is as of Saturday night. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Jacksonville plus 5.04. So that's a 7.5 point lean towards Denver. So let's break down this matchup, and we'll start with the Denver Broncos offense. And we all know the story. It's been awful. We've all been making fun of Russ all year. Dead last in the NFL, 32nd, averaging just 14.3 points a game. Here are some Russell Wilson numbers, and they're just as bad as you expect. 30th in completion percentage, 24th in EPA per pass attempt, 24th in passer rating, 24th in yards per attempt, and that's among just 33 qualified quarterbacks. I bet Denver's so pumped they committed $245 million to this guy. Some good news for the Broncos offense would be, I guess it doesn't look worse. When Javonte Williams went down, they pretty much stayed on the same plane. But honestly, how much worse could it get? Now, the Broncos defense, though, is an entirely different story. Denver's defense has been great. Do you know the Broncos haven't allowed a single passing touchdown since September? It's almost November. Not a single passing touchdown allowed in the month of October. They're also tops in the league in yards per pass attempt allowed, and they're third in points allowed. So the defense has been great. Not only that, but we saw Trevor Lawrence struggle badly against this Broncos defense last year. 14 of 33, 118 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Broncos won that game 23-13. So what has changed since that matchup to make the Jacksonville Jaguars favorites in this matchup? Obviously, the offense, like I said. Denver's run defense also hasn't been great. I think they're just 24th in the NFL, allowing 4.81 yards per carry. Remember what the Jets did. Breece Hall had that 62-yard touchdown run basically to win the game. I'm a little iffy on that example, though, because if you take out Breece Hall's 62-yard touchdown run, the Broncos actually held the Jets to just 4.04 yards per play. To put it in context, the Steelers are dead last in the NFL. They average 4.8 yards a play. So they completely shut the Jets offense down, except for one big mistake. But that one big mistake should concern you a little bit, considering the Jags have a running back that's averaging 8.5 yards per touch over the last 3 weeks. Travis Etienne is turning into a walking big play machine. So I'm sure he'll get a play or two off, but overall, I think that we can expect the Broncos defense to do a pretty good job in this Jags offense, keeping them in check. So I guess then we got to ask Denver's offense, as bad as it's been, can it put together a few scoring drives to win this game? Because I don't think it's going to take a ton of points to beat the Jags here. To answer that question, I want to take a little bit of a deeper look at the Jags defense. Check out this chart. This is the Jags defensive DVOA week by week. Now look at the red line. That's the Jags pass defense, that red line. And down is better. So if it's going down, it means it's getting better. Up, it's getting worse. Look at the last 3 games. They played Davis Mills, Matt Ryan, Daniel Jones. You'd think the pass defense would be getting better, having good games. No. In fact, in that span, the Jags pass defense is 29th in the NFL. Now look at the cumulative chart for defensive pass DVOA for the Jags, getting worse every single week, despite not playing top-tier quarterbacks. This isn't all in the Jags secondary either. The pass rush seems to have disappeared. In the first 4 games of the season, the Jags had 9 sacks. In the last 3 games, just 2 sacks. Considering the Colts and the Giants have 2 of the worst rated pass protections in the NFL, yeah, that's pretty alarming. So if Russ Wilson has some time, and I think that he will, I think he'll find a way to move the chains and put up 20 points in this game, which should be enough to win and cover this number. Keep in mind, Trevor Lawrence is just 1-19 in his last 20 games where his opponent scores more than 11 points. So basically, if you score 12 or more points on the Jags, you're gonna win. So I'm riding with Russ Wilson. I'm riding with Mr. Dangerous or whatever his stupid sub commercials are. Give me Denver plus 2.5. I'm taking the Broncos. If anything changes with this bet, I'll let you know on Twitter. So give me a follow there if you're interested. Or if you want the final Sunday tickets, which have been horrible recently, full disclosure. But I put the bet of the day, top 7 bets, underdogs of the day, parlays of the day, that kind of stuff. If you're interested in that, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. All right, NFL Week 8 is here. We badly, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about how today's going. It's awful. So we really need a good Sunday here. Let's bet smart, bet responsibly. I'll talk to you on Twitter.